Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you the brand new AI prompt agent and how powerful it is to operate your prompting needs. So let's go ahead and dive in now. So now you can see you're on the home screen right now. I'm not going to really go over the home screen. This is something that you can do on your own. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how easy it is to sign up and quickly start utilizing the Chrome extension to your needs. So when you come into the screen, you can see there's a few different signups. One thing that's going to probably be different when you're watching this video, depending on when you started, is there's going to be actually a button here to go to the download screen to get the Chrome extension added to your machine. Now you do need to be on Chrome in order to use the Google Chrome extension. However, you can use the web app on any application or browser out there. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in now. You've got a couple of options. You can sign in now. If you haven't signed up yet, so this is very important. If you haven't signed up yet, then you're going to go ahead and go to sign up your free account right here. On the sign up your free account, you have two options. You can just use your email address, password, or you can sign in with Google if you have a Google account. Some people prefer that. It just makes it real easy. You can sign in and sign out very simply that way. Or like I said, you can come in here, put in your email, put in your password, and verify from there. Now, I already have an account, obviously, because I'm the creator, and I'm going to go ahead and just sign in with one of my accounts. So I'm signing in right now on one of my main accounts. It's going to take a second to authorize. Now it's authorizing, and there you go. It put me right into the community dashboard. Now, I'm going to give you guys just a quickly rundown of how the community dashboard works, how the prompts side works, and also how to create prompts, and then we'll go ahead and dive into the Pulse side, which is like your user dashboard. So like I said, this right here is the community area, and there's going to be tons of prompts in here as this thing grows. There could be tens of thousands of prompts, who knows? So it's going to be a lot. It's one of those things where you need to dive in quickly, figure out what it is that you need. You might need a prompt for a video idea. You might need a prompt for a script for some UGC creator. You might need a prompt for writing an SEO blog that's utilizing certain keywords and has tell keywords in it. There might be a lot of different. You might want it to do it for a research paper. You might need to do it for a weightlifting competition coming up or a racing competition. Who knows? The list goes on and on and on. And this is really vitally important when it comes to prompting, and why prompt engineers are paid so much, because is your input or your output. The better the output is going to be. And so the higher the quality and the details that you give the LLM, your large learning language model, you're going to want to more details, the better. And that's why we built this, because we want to help average people or normal people be able to do prompt engineering tasks without having to pay someone hundreds of thousands of dollars in data scientists to do that. You have your own data scientist at your fingertips with the power of an LLM, but if you're giving it just basic information, you're really not going to get that high quality of an output. So output high quality. The problem with that is you might spend 20, 30 minutes writing out a paragraph of exact details that you want. You got to really think about it, where AI prompt agent sort of just takes that away, takes that for you, because it's taking the minds of many people and sharing it in the community. So one thing you can see here is you can search. So if I wanted to do health real quickly, I could actually come in here, boom, it's showing me the prompt that is related to health, right? If I wanted to do some sort of research, I could pull out research. It's going to give me all the ones that have research involved. You can just click any of these. So if I just wanted to click on it, I could click on it. So that's how I would do that. I could exit out right there and then end it. It'll show all the ones that are currently in here. I can go to top rated and see which ones are the highest rated ones. These are the ones that are going to be the most upvoted, the most favorites. So these little hearts and this little up thing, this is where you can upvote them. Most comments, there's a lot of comments on that. You're going to see what are top rated. Most popular. This is going to be able to tell you the most popular ones that are up front, and then the ones that have the most favorites or have any favorites or have had some comments or something there. That's where you'd be able to find that. So that's where you do that. The other thing too is if you have a certain LLM you want to look for, certain LLMs, MidJourney is like an image large language model. I don't have any in here, but Manus, if it's sort of an agentic type of model where you want to have a prompt for that. Some of these I don't have. The only thing I've been building this out with right now is ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, Perplexity, main LLMs that people know, trust out there, but these are the ones that you could use. Now, you could use this for there's a lot of LLMs coming out. There's a lot of video AI coming out. This right here was just to get started. There's going to be more. It'll grow from there. And then categories. And so as more come in, more prompts are built in here, this categories list is going to also exponentially grow as well. And then lastly are tags. And so when you're building out your own prompt, you can actually add tags, which might be another easy way for people to find it. And also too, when you do a search, you'll be able to find it real quickly there. So we have multiple ways that you can use this in your search and for organizing exactly what you're looking for and cutting down the time to what you're looking for. Now, let me just grab and look at one of these. I'll just grab the first one, the cybersecurity threat one, and just show you what this looks like. So as soon as you open up the actual prompt itself, you're going to see sort of some multiple things that are in your face right now. The first thing is you might say, wow, this was amazing. The output was amazing. This gave me exactly what I needed. If it did, then you have multiple options where you can share this. You could copy this and share it somewhere. You can share it socially. You can come on here and just pick Twitter or X, LinkedIn, Facebook, or even email, and you could just share it. The big thing that you're going to want to do though is just copy the text to your clipboard and then share it. So I'll show you just a real basic example here with Facebook. Let Facebook pop up. It's going to come in here. What it asked me to copy. I can make changes here inside of Facebook. Hey guys, I really love this certain prompt that I use. And then they'll just click here and they'll have another easy way for them to sign up. It's a great way to help us grow the platform and also share what you're liking about it, which is fun. So I'm going to go ahead and X that out real quick. And you can also do it with text message, which is kind of cool. You can click on here and pick a text message if you have it connected to your computer. So all of this stuff that I want to show you too about this is pretty cool because it has a Chrome extension, but we'll get to that in a minute. And then basically you've got the models that it's built off of. You can see how many people have used it, if anybody's used it or not. You can see variable items. So on the left-hand side, this is the actual prompt that was written. And you can see create a comprehensive cybersecurity threat model that mitigates, plan, or R. And then you could say the system type. So maybe you're building an AI. So our LLM AI platform. So whatever that might be, whatever it is. And then so system name, you have like name like AI bot, whatever the heck it's called. Technologies. This is more of a technical one, by the way, guys. I don't really expect you to know exactly, what this even means, but this is for a technical developer that wants to have a really good plan on the tech that they're building. And they want to utilize AI because AI is going to be able to search the web, search Substacks, search places that you might not even think of everywhere on the internet, and come back with a real comprehensive plan for that developer to follow, which literally could mitigate problems in the future for their company that could end up costing the company tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. So just the idea of cost savings you would get on this. Now, again, there's many other prompts. I'm just using this as an example. So I'm not going to fill all of these out, but there's all of these different questions that are asked inside the prompt itself that's going to help the LLM make the decision on what it is that it's doing. And then once you're done filling it out, you would just go here where it says copy to clipboard. So I'll just click it. Now it's copied to my clipboard, and now I could go ahead and bring up ChatGPT, for instance, and just paste it in. It's going to have whatever changes I made to it. Obviously, I only added a few things, so it's just the few things that are in there. And then I could go ahead and ask ChatGPT to build this plan out for me that I want. Now, if it's something you really do like and you used it and you got some really good output out of it, I do recommend that you come in here and you upvote it, because in the system, that's going to be recognized as, oh wow, this has been upvoted. Someone really liked it enough to upvote it. And then if it's one of the ones you want to put in your favorite count, because it might be ones that you're using a lot, because then when you could go look at favorites, you'll actually see just the ones that you favorited personally. And so that way it not only tells the system that, wow, this one's been favorited a lot, but it also puts it in that favorite list for you. And then if you I like it a lot, but there's some things that I want to change about it. I want to put it in my personal library. Then you could click on here where it says save the library. And what that's going to do is it's going to move a copy of this prompt and stick it into your private prompts. So this is where your private prompts live, up above where it says prompts. And then you can make adjustments to it. You could recreate it. You could make it your own, and then you could reshare it as a public prompt if you want to at that point, but you don't have to. So that's kind of how that works. And then the next thing that is fun to do is you could share something about what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. You could share something about the prompt that you got the output that you wanted. You could share something like, hey, when you're testing this, I noticed that, then that kind of scenarios. And then you can also reply to people. So again, I just wrote a test in here, but I could come in here and put a reply. It's going to reply back to them. And then the system should also let them know next time they log in that, hey, someone replied to your message. Gives them a chance to come back to the message and continue the conversation. So it is very community driven in that sense, which is pretty fun about the whole thing. And then, so you could just go back to community. You could look for something else that you're working with. But on this part, I want to show you prompts, where it says prompts. This is literally where your private prompts are going to live, and even public prompts. So if you made any public prompts, they'd actually show up in here as well. It doesn't have as many of the search features like you would have under the community side, because you're going to have just your private prompts live here. But you can create tags for them, so you could definitely change them, keep them organized that way. You can also keep them organized on the search prompt area. So I could just look up whatever the name of the prompt was, right? So I just started putting in education. So that's like first one that popped up because that's one that's under that. I could look it up based off of platform. I could look up based off visibility. So right now I only have private prompts in here, but if I had some public ones, then they would show up right here. This is just going to show me all the visibility. When you're inside of here, this is where you can actually edit the prompts that you have inside of your library at this point. They're obviously in this prompts area. But you can make them public from here. I could switch this over, make it public. I can edit it. I'll show you the edit process, which is really neat. I can come here and edit it. I could say, you know what, I don't think this is good for Perplexity. I liked it actually better for ChatGPT. You can move that around. You're allowed to choose up to 3 LLMs for each prompt. Maybe we'll open that up to do maybe 4 at some point, but right now you could do 3. This is where you would write your prompt at. It would go into here. And then you can also, when you're writing prompts, I recommend working with an actual LLM to help you write it, because you can stick in what these things are called variables. This is a variable where it says title. So write a story type. So you can write a variable right here. And then you can, it'll pull up. So when I click scan template variables, it'll scan them right here. But then you can actually write even more text that would actually show up inside of the actual box itself, or the little field box that you'll see in the actual prompting side. So if you had story type, you wanted to put horror, classical, whatever the different story types are, you could write them in here, which will help the end user come up with maybe some ideas of what they're trying to write. But you can put them in there. But right now we just keep them all based off of the actual variable that's written here on it. But like I said, you can actually add more to these if you want. And then at the bottom, this is going to show what the preview looks like. And then at the very bottom, you can decide I want to make this public or private. And then you can also add tags here. I like adding tags to a lot of these just because it's going to help other people find them. It'll help me find them. And then when you're done, you just hit update. And that's just going to update it. Now I can use it from here if I want, just by copying it to clipboard. I can save, I can make a duplicate of it if I want to say save to library, or I can delete it. And that's kind of how that works. Now the next thing I want to show you is new prompts. New prompts is like the edit screen that I showed you. It's basically the same information. This is where you're going to fill out your description, your categories. So you want to make sure that they're comma separated when you have little commas here, and then you can write them and make sure you add variables. This will automatically detect the variables, and then you can scan the variables in if it's not detecting them for whatever reason. And it kind of gives you no variables detected in your prompt. So it's just telling me right now there's nothing here. And then this will show you the preview text, and then like I said, you can make it public or private, and then you can add the tags like I was showing you a minute ago. So I'm going to go back to prompts. The last thing I'm going to show you before I get into the Chrome extension, and there's a reason why I didn't show you the Chrome extension first, is because literally all the stuff that I'm doing right now, you can do inside the Chrome extension. But if you go into Pulse, this is what makes it actually kind of fun. Prompting and developing and writing code, I've always found to be kind of boring and tedious, and not something I want to do. It's not one of my strong points. I'd always like hire someone to do it. But what's fun about this project is I actually use CodeVibin to put this together, and I actually want to show you guys how to do that at some point. But you can see where your stats are. This is where the architect stats are. This is where the prompts. So this is basically telling me my stats, and also it's giving me what I call the master level. Right now this one, it says it's an architect master level. I'll show you that in the badges in a minute. This is again what makes it fun. It gamifies it, makes you want to be part of the community, makes you want to contribute to the system and grow. But it's going to show you your prompt is based off these three different things: prompt activity, social engagement, and community interaction. And then you could see here under badges, this is going to be the master level badges that you can attain: architect, broadcaster, catalyst, vanguard, legend. And it says which one you're at here, but this is also going to tell you what you need to do to basically get to the second level. So if I want to get the second level, I need to share 3 prompts templates to the public with a share link and social tag. I need to refer at least 1 user who signs up. One of your shared prompts gets 5+ views, and users requirements for the next level will be shown here. So that's where it's showing you. And in order for me to get that broadcaster level, there's a few little things that I need to do. On top of that, you can get these micro achievements. And so these are your achievement badges. There's a lot of different achievement badges. We've got levels 1 through 5. And then there's some special in here as well. So you can see there's creation badges, sharing badges, engagement badges, and special. And you can see this is a brand new account. Even though it's pretty easy to get that architect level, you can see that these are the 3 main categories, or 3 main ones that I've earned under level 1: architect, explorer, prompt creator. It tells you, and then it tells you all the ones I haven't earned yet. I think there's 50 or 51 different micro achievements that you can get inside of the system itself. We'll probably also add something here so you might see it. But what you're going to see here also is a leaderboard. This will make it fun. A leaderboard, again, is something that will just give everyone call outs of who did what. The other thing I want to share with you is the bell icon notice. This will be like when you get earned badges and stuff like that. Just different things will pop up here, including also when someone says something in one of your messages, it'll actually let you know that. Also, if you really do enjoy the app, I highly recommend that you give us a testimonial. I appreciate it, because this is going to go on our homepage once it gets approved, but you can write a little testimonial and share your experience here. You can also add any suggestions. I know I've got a lot of other ideas I want to do with this, but your ideas also would be important to us. So just share your ideas right here. And then if you do get any type of bugs, you want to report a bug. This is basically how our support is going to work, by the way. So you're going to put your bug report description right here. And then if you have a screen share URL, you can actually stick it here and then just hit submit. And we'll make sure we'll get on that bug. So that way we can get it fixed. And then down here you can see sign out. Also, you could see here where it says settings. You could click there. You can just change your name and stuff like that if you don't want to have your regular name there. There's also some privacy stuff. If you don't want certain messages or whatnot inside the system, you can turn them on or off with a toggle button. I don't need to go on that so much. And then lastly, what I want to go ahead and do is show you guys what the Chrome extension is. So this is the Chrome extension. Once it's approved, maybe it's approved already by the time you're watching this video, but basically it's all the stuff that I just showed you, but it's going to be on your Chrome extension. So you might be on one of LLM's page, you might be on ChatGPT's page or Grok's page, you might be on Claude or something like that on their website versus using their web apps. Some of them have web apps. You might not be on the app on your machine. And so if you're not, the Chrome extension is going to be very useful for you because you can just have access to all of these prompts. Now I want to show you also, it's going to make it easy for you to get to the site. If you forget, oh, what was the site called again? Oh, it's on my Chrome extension. I could just click here and it's going to open up the website as well. So we'll show you a few other things. You can toggle the size. I kept working in this size a bit better than the smaller size. I made it to where it's literally using as much space as it possibly can. But if you use the toggler, you can toggle it a little bit bigger and just makes it easier to use. And again, like I said, it has all the same functionality, the pulse. It has everything inside of here that I just showed you in the web app. It's just making it really easy for you to access when you need to access it. And it has everything from creating the prompts to working within the community of prompts to working with your private prompts. It's all there. There's a lot of stuff there. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave you with that. This was definitely a little bit longer of a video than I anticipated. But again, if you have any questions or anything, if you have any ideas, hit me up there that I showed you on here. But that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Thanks for your time, and I hope you enjoy it. Take care.